Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay. Good morning, Bay.
आप सभी लोग हमारे तरफ से एक प्यार भरा सुप्रभात.
Namaskar.
Namaskara.
Namaste.
Vanakkam.
Khushabdeed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sat Shri Akal.
Amikandariki vandanamo.
जय स्वामी नारायण.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद.
बोला नहीं मतलब बोलते हैं सारे फीचे मतलब बोलेंगे गुड मॉर्निंग.
And of course निसाम बोला.
हम आ गए हैं बच्चा आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं सब फालतू बाबा.
And of course myself फालतू रानी लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time show that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बात.
यकीन नहीं आ रहा ब्रजन. बस आप याद रखो आज अगर आप फेसबुक हैं तो we actually are on our Good Morning Bay right now, not the bold button from yesterday. Sorry ब्रदरजन, क्या होता है कभी कभार जल्दबाजी में कुछ हो जाता है. बड़े बड़े शहर में छोटी छोटी बात होती है.
होती है.
That is our dialogue from last evening, Fadrani.
Yeah.
It's residual from what happened last evening.
What nonsensical dialogue.
बड़े बड़े शहर में छोटी छोटी बात होती रहती है and बड़े बड़े shows जैसे Good Morning Bay आते रहते हैं and आपको लुभाते रहते हैं ब्रदरजन. And right now let me tell you what's going to happen on the roads. रास्ते का हाल हम लोग देंगे आपको एकदम टोटल सस्ते में, and that's why we call this segment as रास्ते का हाल सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Yeah, Bandujan, wherever you are, give us a call here and share with us what's happening on the roads where you are, Bandujan. Because we want to make it as pertinent to you as possible, right? It's not about only us giving us update of what's happening here. Yeah, we have a bird's eye, we have the entire map of the Bay Area. Yes, I can talk about what's happening in Antioch all the way down towards, Vallejo. Not down, up, right? Antioch is down or up?
I don't know, Altibaba.
See, that's what happens, Faldodi. I just, I really have this particular problem with the foot in the mouth kind of a thing. Yeah, sometimes I do the many often.
Sometimes you do that very often. That's exactly ball bachchan giri right
Hey,
there.
exactly what I'm talking about, the Jan Faldodi. I tell you what, I sometimes I really have this taste in my mouth. It's called the foot. Yeah, I need a no, I do it sometimes. Like today, I just thought, I know the entire Bay Area, like a bird's eye view of it. I don't know where Antioch is. But I don't even know where I got this word Antioch.
Oh God.
Is there a place called Antioch?
Yes, of course.
It sounds like a dish to me anyways.
We talked to, we have families there in Antioch, right? It's covered as part of the...
That's true. Entire world is a family, by the way. So, by the way, let me tell you, I just heard one of our family members actually fighting other family members. It's a news item. It's going to be shared by Faltoni for sure. Like, my job is to let you know what's happening on the roads. There's a little bit of traffic hazard on 780 eastbound. You might ask me, what? 780? What am I telling you 780? Well, my screen is showing 780 right now. In the Benicia County. Yeah, you think it's going to be affecting you? I don't think so. It's not affecting them only, first of all. There's no traffic in that region. It's totally, it's empty right now. But again, there's also fire on 680, which you got to watch out for, and it's actually near 4 in the Martinez area. CHP is on the scene, trying to make sure they can put out the fire and everything, so drive very carefully. Anyways, let's come towards Oakland. Actually, Oakland, there's actually an incident which is not pretty much affecting traffic. Then is the Fruitwell Avenue, and that's on 580 eastbound, west of Fruitwell. Actually, if you cross the bridge and come down, there's a little bit of work, traffic accident on Mansell Street in San Francisco on 101. Actually, there's two incidents right very close by. One is on the Betty Road in Brisbane, and the other one was Mansell Street, right? And towards one, there's an accident, northbound one, entering at the Milagro Drive in Pacifica. ये सब वहाँ पे है accidents. It's not going to affect us over here. What here? You're listening to some homes, I suppose. या घर में हो या car में, doesn't matter. But wherever you are, just let me let you know this is a wonderful day actually, and we're gonna have rain tomorrow, Fatvani. Yay!
Rain tomorrow? Why?
Rain.
And you're excited about that?
Why not? It's 52% chances of precipitation.
Oh wow!
And we'll have some probably rains tomorrow and the day after also. Not tomorrow, actually. The day after tomorrow, Saturday, right?
Okay.
Today's Thursday, Faltwani.
Okay, yeah.
268th day for sheltering in place.
Yeah, that's what I said. Today's Thursday.
Okay.
Where are you? Which world are you living in, Alto Baba?
I am living in the world which...
Your world,
Faltwani,
hello,
I am
world.
everywhere, actually, Faltwani. I am like the Sarvantaryami right now. Anyway, right now, the weather, if you look at it, actually, it's pretty cold, 53 degrees. Going to go high of 65 maximum. It will go drop down again in the evenings, actually, but 41 degrees. So watch out for that. Layer up for sure. And Saturday or Sunday, you're planning to go out, wind cheaters or raincoats or.
Is it going to be raining on Saturday?
And also Sunday, Faltwani.
Oh, really?
The chances of rain is 50%. So, 50% matlab barish hoga.
Acha.
Which parts we don't know, we'll share about them for sure. But right now it looks cloudy, it's going to rain. No, it's not going to rain right now. It's going to get clear up. The skies are going to be clear by around noon for us. It's going to be nice and hot and nice and toasty. If you're going to do barbecue, I would suggest be mindful. Don't invite the neighbors over. Do barbecue for yourself only. And maintain social distancing because we still are in that purple zone, Manujan. Please don't forget that. We still are in the purple zone. And we'll give you more information on what's happening over here with our COVID situation over here in California, which actually is not under control as yet, Patajan. Working hard, everybody's working pretty hard to see if they can bring it under control, but we have to do our part for sure. Until Jan 4th, as you know, the lockdown already is in effect in Santa Clara County. We keep a close eye on that for sure, but if you want to get updates on that, we also have links where you go. So there are multiple sites providing you update, but if you want to get to proper research updates, we have it on our news blog, MediaMahima.com. And that was MediaMahima.com. But right now, let's go jump into what's happening with the news. Faltoni, what do you have news today?
Well, Manujan, one thing that I want to share with you, all those of you who like the Happy Meals from McDonald's, well, it's going to get more expensive next year.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you see, little kiddos, McDonald's has just ended a program with franchisees that used to subsidize the cost of Happy Meal toys. Only parents will understand what I'm talking about. And if you know what subsidized means, well, it's a lower cost.
Even I understand what it is, okay?
Oh, you also eat Happy Meals?
Yeah, they get toys in that, right?
Yeah. That's not going to happen. Or if you want that, it's going to get more expensive. Well, anyway, don't worry about that. If we come, maybe it'll get better on Mars. Huh? What am I talking about?
Mars?
No, man. A SpaceX Mars rocket prototype just exploded, and it was still a success. No, we don't make mistakes. We just make happy combustible accidents. But yesterday, Elon Musk said, right? Mars, here we come.
Oh, they went and tried to land there and burst, is it?
I don't know what happened. Do you want the more details on that story?
Oh, yeah, please. And of course, but I also got some sources telling me that they actually, when they landed there was somebody waiting there to give them chaya.
Kaka kade. Yes.
So it's like the Malayali store.
Yeah. A giant experimental rocket built by Elon Musk's SpaceX successfully soared 8 miles above the company's testing facilities in South Texas on Wednesday and came back down as planned before crashing into the ground in an enormous plume of flames and smoke.
Do you know why that happened?
Why?
Because Tesla, what's his name, the CEO, Elon Musk, he moved to Texas actually.
Achha.
That is why it actually happened that way. He should stay over here, California. California has got good stars for him. I don't know why he wants to move to Texas.
Well, he said that California is not working with him in terms of employee laws.
No. You know what it was? California is not working because they didn't accept his name for his child. That's why he did that.
Okay, whatever, man.
He wanted that something hashtag something some ash whatever or something, right?
The God.
Some cryptic name for his son.
I don't know what they named their child. Anyway, I don't remember. I'm surprised that child is not in the news anymore because maybe people don't know how to say the name.
No, the news editors can't put it over there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know how to print his name. But Texas somehow has gotten it, so he's gone to Texas for that.
Okay, do you want to know anything about the coronavirus, Alto Baba?
Well, we know it's a virus, it spreads a lot, and of course you got to wear your mask. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to give a person coronavirus. You know why? The virus I'm talking about. Yeah, for situation, yeah, people say.
Do you know why I didn't say anything, Badacha? Because he will express his opinion regardless. And he will keep talking about it. It's fine. Are you done, Alto Baba?
You know, we're in America, we have freedom of expression.
Okay. We have 3 minutes to cover all of the news.
Which is impossible.
About 20 million people in the United States could be vaccinated against the coronavirus in the coming weeks, according to the Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar. Before that, the FDA needs to officially approve an emergency use authorization for the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. There's a key committee meeting to discuss that today, and it could clear the way for the FDA to greenlight the vaccine within days. Canada's health department gave approval to the vaccine yesterday, even with inoculation plans in place. Experts say that Americans need to stay vigilant to avoid unthinkable death tolls.
And let me tell you one thing, Banjan, what is very important for you to notice is the new cases as of December 9th, yesterday, has gone up to 31,000 in California.
3,100 new COVID-19 deaths.
3,100 deaths. I'm talking about new cases of COVID.
Oh.
That's what I'm tracking because that's what talks about the spread of the virus, right?
Okay.
Every person who gets it, it mutates.
Okay.
So that's what we got to be in mind. 31,780 to be precise number, Banjan.
Yeah.
And the statistics I'm getting for you from the website, which is a state operated website. It's called COVID19.ca.gov.
But here's the thing I want to also mention to you, Banjan, is that there is also, people are not talking too much about the rate of recovery. The people are recovering from the virus also. It is thankfully so, but at the same time, it is a virus that is overwhelming patients across the board, regardless of age. And of course, it's overwhelming our hospital system because it's not built to support such a huge infrastructure. Influx of patients who might
On a positive
need.
note to keep track in Santa Clara, of course, the number of ICU beds actually have dropped. As in, it's not as serious as what was some time ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's come negative 25 decrease from prior days.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, the number of Americans filing first-time claims for jobless benefits jumped to a nearly 3-month high last week as mounting new COVID-19 infections led to more business restrictions, further evidence that the pandemic and the lack of additional fiscal stimulus were hurting the economy. The weekly unemployment claims report from the Labor Department on Thursday, the most timely data on the economy's health, followed in the wake of data last week showing job gains in November were the smallest since the recovery started in May. Labor market distress is eroding demand, keeping inflation, keeping I'm thinking COVID and keeping inflation tame. So you can catch up on that news story on MediaMahima.com. Speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with regard to the COVID-19 aid. The U.S. Senate is expected to vote as early as today on a 1-week extension of government funding to provide more time for legislators to work out a larger spending package towards the coronavirus relief if lawmakers can reach a deal after months of argument. The Democratic majority House of Reps voted 343 to 67 on the stopgap measure on Wednesday. If passed and signed by President Donald Trump, it would prevent federal programs from running out of money on Friday at midnight. By extending current funding levels up until December 18th. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, a Republican, has said that the Senate will take it up this week and send it to Trump in time to avoid a government shutdown. The move gives Congress 7 more days to enact a broader $1.4 trillion omnibus spending measure for all government agencies from the Pentagon to the national parks. The pandemic has rolled back to levels surpassing those seen even early on in the crisis, with more than 200,000 new infections reported each day and fresh shutdowns in some more areas. More than 286,000 Americans have died of COVID-19 so far, and millions have been thrown out of work. While all this is happening, Manajan, guess what? There's a Reuters exclusive that has just come out that China has launched something called gray zone warfare to subdue Taiwan. That's right. Months after eliminating a popular challenge to its rule in Hong Kong, China is turning to an even higher stakes target, self-governing Taiwan. The island has been bracing for conflict with China for decades, and in some respects that battle has now begun. It's not the final titanic clash that Taiwan has long feared, with Chinese troops storming the beaches. Instead, the People's Liberation Army, China's 2 million strong army, has launched a form of grey zone warfare in this irregular type of conflict, which stops short of an actual shooting war. The aim is to subdue the foe through exhaustion.
In other words, gundagardi.
So I guess they're just going to keep them engaged in conflict all along, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Bullying. Yeah, Beijing is conducting waves of threatening forays from the air while ratcheting up existing pressure tactics to erode Taiwan's will to resist, say current and former senior Taiwanese and U.S. military officers. The flights, they say, complement amphibious landing exercises, naval patrols, cyber attacks, and diplomatic isolation. The risk of conflict is now at its highest level in decades, and PLA aircrafts are flying menacingly towards airspace around Taiwan almost daily, sometimes launching multiple sorties on the same day. Since mid-September, apparently Chinese warplanes have flown more than 100 of these missions, according to a Reuters compilation of flight data drawn from official statements by Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense. Well, speaking of that, Vanajan, let's also tell you what's happening on the India-China border, right? Amid an ongoing conflict in eastern Ladakh, the Indian Army is now mulling converting some of its fighting formations into dual-tasked ones, which would allow them to fight against both China and also Pakistan.
Good idea.
Till recently, the focus of fighting formations was mainly towards the Pakistan border, as the line of actual control was not that active. The balance of the operational preparedness is heavily tilted towards the western border, which can be seen from the fact that there are 3 strike corps deployed for offensive there, while only 1 offensive mountain strike corps has been created for the northern borders. There will be no need to raise any additional forces or a new strike corps in view of the ongoing conflict. The existing fight formations can be given dual tasking to look at both fronts, government sources have told ANI. So basically, it is to combat incursion from this side as well, from China as well. And in terms of updates about the farmers' protest in India, Banajan, the government says there are some key developments. They're saying that they're ready to discuss the farmers' proposals. Farmers are threatening to block railway tracks if demands are not met by the government. And farmers are insisting that their protest is apolitical. It has nothing to do with politics. It's got everything to do with their bottom line. Take back black laws. Fresh ones can be framed with stakeholders, according to the farmer leader. And the Modi government is sensitive about farmers' demands, says Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. So if you want to catch up on all of this, Banajan, you can go to mediamahima.com, and you can also find out about the sweeping asylum restrictions that President Donald Trump, in a last-minute immigration push, has put into place so that, there's reducing the number of asylum seekers in the United States, and at the same time some reprieve for Muslim men who have been placed on something called a no-fly list. The Supreme Court on Thursday let 3 American Muslim men sue several FBI agents who they accused of placing them on a no-fly list for refusing to become informants, rejecting a challenge to this lawsuit by President Donald Trump's administration. So, good news on several fronts, Banajan, but at the same time, there is also bad news with regard to the rising number of coronavirus cases. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay connected while physically distancing. We'll see you tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Have a terrific Thursday. I'm always happy, happy, happy. Oh, bandhu tu mera, mera. Hai tujhse dil ka waasta. Tere sang hone se. I'm always happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy. Happy, happy.